Right.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
But this exactly.
Right. Oh, see, my mic don't work.
Really?
No.
Are we on?
All right, we are on.
We are on. First of all, let's just take a deep breath. Literally.
Yeah. I'm like running around trying to get everything set up. This is great.
Everybody take a deep breath.
I'm enjoying it.
Let's do some gratitude.
Start
Man,
it up.
I am really grateful for plants, grateful for strong bones, grateful for the sunny day, grateful for our invite from Dr. Barnard to the event we went to last night.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for all these listeners.
I'm telling you, I'm grateful. You guys are back for another episode of John and Stefanie's very famous Plantspiration Unplugged. We started Plantspiration nonprofit to help people reverse their disease, going plant-based, whole food plant-based, and it's, of course, better for the animals and the planet at the same time.
I love it. Like he said, people know us for losing 250 pounds as a family, reversing a slew of our own chronic diseases, and we started the nonprofit Plantspiration to educate, motivate, and inspire more people around the world to start eating their plants off. And welcome back, everybody. This is episode 31 of Plantspiration Unplugged.
Okay, and it's unplugged. My notes are over here.
We're just we're sharing the behind the scenes of our life, our story, and kind of what's been going on.
I know. That's how we have to do it. It's like camera crew can't even keep up.
Literally, she's coming back. We're going to do a little pilot we talked
Oh,
about.
cool. Oh, that's going to be great. I want to totally, oh, that's awesome.
Today's episode, like I said, buckle up. This week was bananas.
Yeah. I almost wore my banana shirt, and I'm like,
you should have, because we weren't just eating bananas. Everybody's waiting to hear about Joe, how that week went. We flew him in, rode 110 miles on our bikes, helped reverse his blood sugar in a week, hung out with Dr. Barnard at an AMA dinner with Lifestyle Medicine.
You kind of skipped over your bike crash.
Yeah, and I took a fly in the AMA delegates, I was going to say, and I flew off my bike.
But you bounced back.
That's what I do. That's what I do. So
that's right.
This is going to be a very exciting episode that we're going to the top.
We are
going to the top. What a week.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, actually, it has been so busy. It's been, Joe just left last night. We went down to Chicago to have this dinner. We came in I just was thinking, the last time we came in this late was like an Ozzy Osbourne concert.
Yeah, right.
And now we're coming back from this unbelievable dinner last night. I can't believe we were there for this.
I know, it was awesome.
And I said, I can't wait to do the podcast. We've got this week was full of amazing, amazing things.
Yeah. And I mean, it was an amazing week but it just felt like every other week there's amazing things going on, but this was like a little extra.
What I love is that you came in this morning. I'm getting ready, and you're like, doo-doo-doo-doo. I read the health report.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I read the health report.
Yeah. Wow. I should have wrote that number down.
What? Okay, break it open. So how was your week, by the way? It was an absolute blur. We honestly really didn't get a chance to, we haven't had a chance to talk.
I know.
Well, you're looking up the numbers.
No, I got it. I can do a lot of
I want to
things.
just mention while you're doing that, we hit, and thank you everybody, like genuinely thank you so much for making this happen. We hit over 37,000 YouTube followers.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
We passed, right? That was a week.
That was a week. I'm trying to do a lot of things. Yeah. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You're doing a great job, by the way. The way that you're keeping up with everything, like I see you. I see you doing amazing. And if I haven't told you already, thank you for everything that you're doing, because I just can't believe the life that we're living, compared to where we started, what we expected our life to be like, and then the drastic change that it's made. And then the drastic change that it continues to make from all the things that we want to inspire everybody to do. Is that a good way to put it?
It is. I like how I explained it. It's like, you got this really awesome kite and you're flying it, and then the string, you lost grip of it, and then you're like running after it. It's just like, we're just like so exciting all the time.
It was like the Grammys last night. That's how I felt. It was like the Grammys.
Did you even know you were going to be like up with a mic talking and sharing and your story, our story?
He emailed me, what was it, Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was like I had 2 days to,
Yeah.
and I just, I responded right away. I was like, yeah, I'll be down there. He sent me an email early in the morning saying that he was going to be doing a linner.
Yeah. No, it was a Brenner.
It was a Brenner, a breakfast dinner at the Hyatt. And he said there's going to be just a few people there.
Yeah. PCRM doctors.
Maybe share your story. We'll get into that later.
It was great.
I first want to talk about your week. How was your week? Let me just ask you. Let me take it in so these guys know, like, this is not what we do podcasting. I mean, we do now. We're doing it every week. But what are you doing all week? Where were you?
I was everywhere. I was machining and designing stuff, and I was all over the place. I mean, break it down. What something in particular?
No, I'm literally just asking you, how was your week?
We're just going at it. It's like, I mean, I'm having a good time. There's not one thing that like stands out because I'm like cranking. I love designing and machining and making stuff and having happy customers. It's just
they're happy, they're good. Yeah, you were running all over, and I was with Joe.
Yeah,
it was a week I had this amazing experience with. I didn't know how it was actually going to go. He started off going plant-based a year ago. Actually, he contacted me. He reached out in February of 2024 last year, and he said, that he had a heart attack, and we hadn't talked in a while. Mm-hmm. And he reached out and he said, I want to get going on the plants. And, for I just want to help people so rapidly. Like I say, come to class, join the community. It's not just about the food. Right. And Joe took the just about the food route the first time around. Yeah. And this is no blame or shame. I'm just explaining. No. He attended one class and it was like too much. He was like, it was too much for him to take in.
Totally new to everything.
And I said, just keep coming. It's like a music lesson. You have to keep coming. But some people think they can just do this on their own. And I get that. But he missed a little bit of that component. So when he started falling off again, actually, he was saying it. He was still eating a lot of broccoli and a lot of tofu, and he was still doing some good stuff, but he never really learned how to meal prep extensively.
Right. So you're like leaving yourself open for shots, where like, then you're scrambling. What am I going to eat?
Exactly.
And then you're just like whipping and getting a sub sandwich somewhere, before you know it.
That's kind of what started happening. The roast beef started, I just asked like, what happened? Because we really didn't talk about it. We still talked, but it's
didn't
hard.
Get into detail.
Yeah. So he just kind of said the roast beef kind of trickled back in. And then he mentioned like he would go for chocolate. I mean, then that is where I always tell people that's really not your fault. That's biologically you're getting addicted to that chocolate, to that sugar, to that stuff. So as soon as he started explaining this to me, and then he said he started going to bread, I knew right there what was going on. I understand how that works from the nutrition aspect of mechanically what his body was doing. So I explained it to him, and and of course that made more sense. So I made sure that he came in with blood glucose number. It was at like
341.
341 is what it started at. And I mean, very calm and coolly, I said, we're going to do some massive work this week. We're going to rent a bike. We're going to go. I mean, I brought in all the pillars. Plantspiration is a lifestyle medicine approach program for anybody new coming in here. We thank you so much. I forgot to say, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. John and I run this nonprofit, Plantspiration, that is taking real tools, lifestyle medicine approach tools, and putting it into action with people. And through all the coaching, we've got some neuroscience backed coaching that goes into that for these behavior changes. There's a lot going on. I'm doing the coaching during the week, the nutrition classes on Wednesday night, the Saturday support on Saturday. So Joe got a firsthand seat to how are you guys doing this, living your life, running a nonprofit. John's working, and I wanted to teach him how to do this, and he learned really quick. This is going to be a hands-on thing.
Oh, for sure. He had to learn that. I mean, it started out day one, taking him grocery shopping. I mean, that's right where away. Stuff. If you bring home the right stuff, you're going to eat the right stuff.
He got a front seat at the grocery store because it can be overwhelming for people, and especially somebody who has never done this. So I'm really hoping somebody out there is listening and getting inspired to know we can make change, but we've got to learn how to navigate. And some people come into it ethically. Some people come into it for their health. Some people come into it for the planet. And all the things come into play with what you're going to learn with the foods we bring home today.
That's right.
I couldn't help it.
No, that's right.
I had to make it rhyme. I'm going to do a rap song.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And we've had other people that come in that they used to just cook with the car keys, you know, they would hit the drive-through and really rely on, you know, that and all the commercials and everything.
Some people, that's all they know, or that's all they got used to, because we just get led to believe. It's like we get led to believe we don't have time, is what I tell people. You really start believing, I don't have time. I don't have time. So one of the things I would say to Joe is, well, let me see your phone at how many hours. And I say this to all my clients, all my members. Whenever I hear somebody say I don't have time, and I know this because I've reflected upon this myself.
Oh, really?
Look at your phone at how many hours you have on your social media, the time you put into it. You have an awful lot of time.
Yeah.
It's managing the time. Something new here, by the way.
What?
Notice there's no whiteboards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is great.
We've graduated. We've graduated.
That's awesome. Is this like clap worthy?
Well, yeah, I just want to say, like, this is
I know, I
getting
just got
easier.
little notes.
Just
We
like
don't need-
everything. We didn't really know how to start. We didn't know how to begin. We just came in here with a lot of love and a lot of passion of we want to tell. What are you doing?
I'm just going to kick back now, put
Don't
my
make me
feet up.
I'm so sore. I got Solon-Pause all over my
Oh, yeah.
all over my body.
Yeah, you bit it on the bike, I hear. I wasn't with you on that ride.
Did he
but
give you a description?
Yeah, you hit hard. And then all of a sudden he's like, dude, I put my thing to go over there and she's already up. Like, come on, you're already rolling. Like, let's go.
We'll talk about that in a minute. And I'm so grateful for the bike shop. The first ride that we took. So not only was I teaching Joe.
Week, going to get bikes.
Yeah, we're doing grocery shops. So he gets here and it was like, boom, right out the gate. We brought out a bike. We went for a ride. I couldn't believe it. We went 10 miles. I took him right around the lake the first ride. And I was like, this guy can do this. He already had come in here, by the way. Let me give him so much credit. He already came back in here whole food, plant-based. So a couple weeks ago, after he got some labs, he got really freaked out. He's like, dang it. The doctor told me, get back on the plants. Whatever you were doing before was working.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to teach me. I'm going to fly in. And this is what this week was all about. And he flew in. We took his numbers. He was kind of camera shy. We did do a little, Instagramming of his story.
Yeah.
But I said, we're going to rent a bike. We got to get outside. I said, I'd love for you to meditate. We hit every pillar. We hit every pillar. We then on Sunday, did we go for a ride on Sunday? Monday we brought a bike back that died at 17 miles.
Sunday's when we rode.
You and I rode with Joe.
Yeah.
And we put on, I don't know how many miles, but the first electric bike, that sounds better actually. Thank you. Gosh, sorry about that, you guys. We're learning how to work these controls.
They didn't hear a thing.
Oh, okay. The first bike died, so we had to bring it back. In the middle of all this, I'm running classes, I'm coaching. I was just like, let's just keep on going. And he was like, what the heck? How do you do it? And I'm holding up my smoothies. I'm holding up my juices. I'm holding up my big bowls of greens and broccoli. I said, this is how you do it. I could not do this without all these plants. You know what I mean? And he knew me before. He knew us before.
Yeah, totally.
Sick, overweight, drinking, just no hope, no future. To you just walked into Plantspiration Nation, buckle up.
Yeah, I mean it's just totally different lifestyle. Like before it was just like dealing with life, and now it's like creating life.
We had such a good time out on the bike, so we put on 110 miles.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like I said, I can't believe I'm doing that kind of stuff. And I knew that when he got out there and he did this kind of stuff, it's life-changing when you start getting out in nature. This is a big deal. It's not like, hey, let's just go for a ride. There's a lot of mindfulness that goes on when you're out there. I don't always have the music going. So I want to hear the wind in my hair. I want to hear the birds. I want to hear the gravel against my tires. I want to hear all these things. And I was, kind of telling him this stuff. It's very Well, how do you feel when you're out there?
I mean, it's just so relaxing. You're so much closer to nature. It really feels good. It's comforting and clarifying. Like,
Are you guys out there? What do you guys do out
it's
there?
awesome.
Do you walk on trails? Do you walk around the block? Do you?
I mean, you're not out there taking a walk or a bike ride thinking about your bills or shit, the normal stuff.
Sometimes we
that's
are.
the point of we're letting all that go to really focus on you,
We did. We had a really great time. So much so that he was able to see the impact of these rides.
Yeah.
It wasn't but 24, 48 hours later, we got it down to 134, I think he was after 2 hours after dinner.
Yeah.
He was shocked. You guys, 48 hours from 341 to 135.
Like 134, 135, yeah.
Shocked. Immediately, he understood low-fat, whole food, plant-based is going to be essential. He was kind of putting in peanut butter. He was, going hard on the tofu, which is great. We need this. But he got front seat at how to make these changes. We did a lot of batch cooking. His whole week changed.
We did a lot of broccoli.
We did a lot of broccoli. We saw, like I coach people, broccoli is powerful.
And he loves it, so that was perfect.
And potatoes.
Not raw, though. You got to cook his broccoli.
Yeah, he has to have cooked broccoli. And a really big move for him was the potatoes and the hummus. Because when and this is a great part because
it is that simple.
Of course, I told him, like everybody, you got to start off with some potatoes and some hummus and some everything bagel. And if you guys aren't on that trend, get on it. And he said to me the first time last year, he's like, I can't do hummus.
Yeah.
I can't do hummus. I don't like it. And I was like, oh my gosh, be open-minded, and let's try the hummus. I'm trying to get comfortable.
It's not something you just eat with a spoon like pudding.
I did make him the chocolate pudding too. So for breakfast one day, after it didn't go down as much as I had expected. The first day he had oats or something, right? I said, we're going to take it down a notch. We're going to have potatoes the next day with hummus and broccoli. And I could tell he looked at me. He's like,
that's a weird breakfast.
It's not weird when you're reversing disease.
No,
what's more important?
Because it worked.
Yeah, it worked fast. And I said, we're going to stay so low fat. We're going to get in all these greens, all these beans, all these healthy starches, and lots of fruit and lots of water. We're going to ride our bike. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to do some meditating. He wasn't really into that, but at the end, when we talked before he left yesterday, he did, he's like, what is it? And I said, let's just go through a little meditation right now. And let me tell you, I said, this is science-backed stuff. This is the pillars of lifestyle medicine. This is the stuff that we know evidence shows when we practice these things and we continue to get better at them and we build them into healthy habits. This is how we prevent and reverse disease and treat it. So it's important for me to always say to people, this isn't just a diet. It starts there. 100% it starts with a diet.
For sure.
But bringing these tools in is what is absolutely making the impact to have these behavior changes that last. So this was exactly what he realized. This was a lifestyle. This isn't a diet. Joe's going to get his bike. He came in with this is hard. I can't do this. I need somebody to do it for me.
My time talking to him also.
How did that go?
Same way.
Tell me.
He's like, man, it's just so hard. I just need somebody to make my food. Is there someplace I could just get my food from? I'm like,
hold on. So how many people are out there thinking that? I wish somebody would just make me some food, or people would always message me, Stefanie, can you just cook for me? And that's why I think
I'll pay you to make, just hook me up with my meals during, at least, a dinner for every night or something.
Don't you think that catapulted me into this program and the way that it's designed?
Well, yeah, because you're like, hell no, I don't even cook for John. So
that's not true. That is not true. You lie like a rug. You lie like a rug.
No, but it did. It did really got you like, okay.
Something's missing.
Yeah, people really need to, like, I got to step it up for them to understand this is way more than just the food. I mean, it starts with the food, but.
And here we heard in
you got to be able to prepare your own food.
And that's self-autonomy. And as I was busy all week too, so I was having a hard time keeping up with the group and what was going on because I'm very active in that Facebook group. I'm live every day. I was still there, but I wasn't able to keep up with so much stuff. But when we checked in for Saturday support group and I looked on the page, it was like they took over. they took over, and I was blown away. Not that I mean, I see it, and I just really took it in, and I realized this is my coaching. They're all becoming self-autonomous. And one of the key takeaways from Saturday support group was it isn't the Zoom classes, it isn't, the Saturday support group. It's what you're doing when no one's looking. That's the most important. And that, I guess, was the takeaway from.
Well, and it's awesome. That's why people follow you and are so inspired by you, because that's what they're learning. And you just explain it and coach so awesome. Like, there's no way you're coming away being like, wow, she's a shitty coach. That'll never,
you don't say that.
ever. Like, you just really open people's eyes to it's really not that hard.
Well, I get it.
Like, we make things harder than they are, of course.
And we get that.
Yeah.
I really think that's why we're so passionate about what we're doing, why we're being so vulnerable and opening up in here. We were in that. Yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
We came into this right away saying, that's ridiculous. This is so hard. It's so expensive. You can't do this. You can't do that. I can't have this. Immediately, all I saw was the I can't. And you know what that led me to? Is a life of I can't and I won't.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything turned around when I started realizing I can, I will. And
I'm going to enjoy it.
It just changes everything. And that's what I was telling him. I said, if you keep coming in here and waking up every day going, oh my gosh, this is so hard, which we understand, we did that kind of stuff. But I learned you have to really change. You have to reframe it and start telling your brain. Like I said, I've gotten very into the neuroscience coaching, realizing how to make this stick for people, how to make this a lifestyle change that lasts forever. And saying to yourself, sorry.
It's all good.
I'm getting choked up. Reminding yourself, I can do this, and I am doing it, or like we said in Saturday support with everybody, which was so inspiring. Not only was it one of our biggest meetings.
Yeah.
It was an echo throughout the community of everybody just saying, I couldn't do this without this community, without this Saturday support group. Hearing everybody's testimonies, hearing everybody's real life journeys. This is real stuff happening.
For sure.
And they're getting the habits and realizing if you're here, if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're already doing it.
That is part of it.
Just like we are already doing it. If we would have waited till we knew how to do show notes, or until we could get a producer, or until we knew what we were doing, none of this would have ever happened. So we opened up with this unplugged, starting with, we're going to show you guys how you just go with the flow.
You just got to do it.
Life is going to life. We're going to learn how to get through it. And
there's really, not everything, but there's most things. There's not just a perfect time to start. Is right now.
You just got to get up and go.
Yeah.
You just got to get up and go. So that's exactly what we did. We got up and went. What do you think about the man-to-man talk with Joe about this? Because it's not easy to find other dudes.
Yeah.
Well,
we hung out during the week, I showed him in the kitchen.
That's what I mean, hanging out and
stuff.
Doing, yeah.
Just showing him how, I'm going to make this. Look at how easy it is. Really, it's no big deal. You do this and this and having
what is
them there
this and
really
this? People are listening and you're just like,
draining
this and
beans,
this.
I'm adding seasonings, I'm
yeah.
smashing it down. I'm making a recipe, I'm building something, and at the same time explaining, I'm not doing this every day because, it takes
We batch
longer.
cook, we meal prep. That's what the classes are for. So people are learning exactly in that moment why we're doing what we're doing. If you don't learn the nutrition education part, the meal prepping, the batch cooking, the kitchen tools, the other stuff doesn't fall into place as well. I get into sleep.
Then it is going to be hard if you don't learn. It's basic stuff, but that is what it is. It's easy. It's basic. You're having your stuff ready in the fridge to go, and the whole community knows it.
Exactly.
They're crushing it.
They are.
I see with the way you're coaching and talking about, that just learning this lifestyle, because it's diet and lifestyle, the whole lifestyle thing, and all the coaching, that training, and all the education that you continue to get and help. I see it in a support group, not just in what they're posting, but in the group they're talking and really saying, this is how I live. Like, this is just how it is. Saying the same things. Man, I used to think this was so hard.
It's empowering.
Yeah, it's super great. And you get results,
We have a tremendous amount of results. I'm so proud of it. I wish
we don't have like clinical down to the, wire, but we have a ton of people anytime.
Who have made, like Joe's included in this moment of emotional shifts, confidence, clarity, joy, hope. If you're listening to this and thinking, I'm doing great by myself, and there's,
Yeah.
check us out, email us for a free class. We taught a class this week too on sleep. I've really incorporated a lot of the Eat Your Plants Off classes, are going wonderful.
Oh, for sure.
The feedback has been phenomenal. I really wanted to talk about that a little bit more with the American College of Lifestyle Medicine people that I met last night. I wanted to of course say, like, we're really bringing it. We're really taking all these tools and putting it into action, and people are utilizing them. And the class this week that we taught was about sleep. So many people attended, actually, because sleep is such a big part of, when I say diet and lifestyle and people hear me talk about diet and lifestyle, I often wonder, do people even know what lifestyle medicine is? You know what I mean?
I mean, you got a minute here? You could break down the 6 pillars.
Well, we got whole food, plant-based. We have to have removing risky substances. We have to have stress management. We have to have good sleep. We have to have community. And we have to have physical fitness.
Yeah.
And we just showed Joe exactly what Plantspiration was all about behind the scenes, and how we're able to, what we're doing and why we're doing it, because we believe people have a right to know.
They do.
We didn't know.
I mean, at least we got to, people have the right to know how you're saying. We're sharing the information. You're coaching them. You're just explaining how it is, and it's all science-backed information. It's not like we have our own facts.
Yeah, we know what that feels like, to just be in disbelief, to have the cognitive dissonance, it feels uncomfortable to not be aligned with it. Everybody's not doing it around you, and that's what we continue to hear. Nobody has, again, last night too, like, I don't have any friends, or nobody's living this lifestyle. I mean, this is the beginning of a paradigm shift. It's not going to stay like this, because you're all listening. 37,000 followers.
Wow.
I mean, listen to this. 500,000 views we hit.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Hold on.
So what
Thank
that is.
You guys rock.
So that's a dopamine rush for us. That's what makes us want to come back in here. People are listening. We're making change. This is happening. And every single one of you guys that are listening to this right now, are you chomping on an apple, some grapes, some broccoli? We hope that you're just eating your plants off and realizing, like, what an impact you're making. You are the inspiration the world needs to see. Yeah. Everybody is trying to get healthy. I want to always remind people of this, like, stop for a minute and realize this. Everybody wants to get healthier.
Yeah.
How do we know this?
What do you mean? Because we're people too.
It's the leading industry. It's the leading industry. The pills, the powders, the programs, the fad diets, the misinformation. It's leading us all to where we are right now. We got to just keep doing what we're doing. I'm overwhelmed from everything. I'm just like,
the week?
Yes. It's like, I'm sore. My ribs hurt. I can't believe I've just been go, go, go. Neal messages me. Can you come to Chicago? I got 2 days. Joe's here. We got a class. We got a Saturday support group.
Yeah, I know.
And all I could think about was, we're gonna have a lot to talk about in this podcast.
Well, I think it is just amazing. I just love seeing the people and their progress. Because progress is winning. That is perfect.
They're doing amazing.
They are.
This community is doing amazing, coming together. Support, like I said, is a key part of lifestyle medicine. And, Joe felt it this week. He felt it this week. And I think that's, it just shows. It's a bit, what are you looking for? What happened?
I didn't write down the time, though, but
I was thinking
we're
the
about
same
a half
thing.
Hour.
We're a half hour in. All I'm thinking about is the Plantspiration Health Report.
Oh. Yeah.
So that awesome ride, I finally got in a good 100-mile week.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe, are we going there now?
I mean, might as well.
Because that's how hard this week was. You were riding hard.
I couldn't wait for the ride. So once we got Joe out on the bike, we knew right away, like, we got to get him an electric bike. I want him to, but he pedaled the whole time. So he pedaled the whole time.
It's assist, when you need it up a hill or something.
I blocked out some time.
I wanted to get me one.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm so grateful to see everybody out there doing that. I made a lot of calls this week. I found a lot of places that rented bikes. And then the one place we rent from, I'm just going to say B&G Cyclery in Round Lake, phenomenal experience.
Oh, yeah. Excellent people.
Could not be more grateful. Classmates,
Yeah, right?
we're connected. Not you, but you and Joe went in and first picked up the bike.
Oh,
And
yeah. I mean, it's in a different location, but I went there. I built my first BMX bike
no way.
there.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean,
got
I
my
don't know
first
what
bike
year
there.
was it? It was 1982 or something.
I got my first bike there in
Earlier
like
than that.
1984 or
Earlier than that.
1985. A Haro
Oh, nice.
or a Hutch. We had two.
Oh, very
Okay,
nice.
that's crazy. So anyway, we went in there. She was phenomenal. And I was like, I'm going to blow you up. I'm on social media. I'm going to post the bike rides, which were great. And she's like, we're not going to be renting out no more bikes is the last one. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah. Wow. She really helped out.
so we went to town on it. We put
Yeah.
like 100 miles on that bad boy and we tested it out. We went north and I thought, okay, we got 30 miles in
Yeah.
that first ride. And I thought, okay, this is great. So then let's go the other direction. And the other direction is very steep hills. And I've been waiting for this
Oh,
to
I
go
know.
to go to Stearns Woods, to go
we
through
haven't
there.
gone. We haven't gone that way in a long time. I haven't gone there in years.
Single
that way.
track, total woods.
Oh, that would be great.
Dismount your bike going up and down these hills.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, I don't mean to be like that, but I'm just proud. Like, look
I
at
know.
what we're doing. And
There's like one hill that's like, oh my God, I made it up it like twice. It's pretty damn steep. And you're like,
impressive.
yeah, very, very, you're crushing it up the
I
hill.
couldn't wait to take him through here, and I was anxious to see if that bike was going to make it. So we took off. We packed so much food, which is, again, people need to learn. We have to pack.
prepared.
We have to be prepared. So I packed tempeh and dates, which is another big thing over here.
Over here. What do
well,
you do with it? Break that down. Tell us.
I love when dates are ooey and gooey and
All
soft,
warm.
kind of like Ferris Bueller.
Yeah. A gummy bear kind of.
And my tempeh now has been sitting in my bag on the bike trail, so it's not cold anymore.
Yeah.
And I kind of take a little chunk of it and I sandwich it in between the date. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is
So
protein
you're stuffing a
packed.
date with tempeh instead of peanut butter.
Basically, I'm getting a ton of protein. I'm in a small amount, so I'm not packing a lot on my bike. I'm condensing, nutrient density right here. I'm budgeting.
Yeah. And then you get that nice sweet date. I mean, it
Need
is
the
like,
sugars, the glucose. Let's go.
I remember when you made this, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Cupcake.
It's like, yeah, a cupcake or a freaking donut or something. It's cakey from the tempeh, but so sweet with the date. You're going to freak out.
And then I'm talking to Melissa Busta. I don't know if people have heard about. I want everybody to look up Melissa Busta right now. By the way, amazing story. She went from. I don't even know if I'm going to do justice by explaining this. Like bikini competition, vegan,
Like
bodybuilding, wins, and then
Like
does
now it's strongman stuff.
she
Like
did the
she
Arnold.
is amazing.
plant-based. Knocking the socks off of people, showing what we're capable. Yeah, here's to Melissa. Give her some.
for
I mean,
sure.
Melissa Busta. Follow
She's
her.
crushing it.
Let me just tell you what her Instagram is right now, because she's such an inspiration. It's Body by Busta. Oh, here she is right at the top. Body by Busta is her, body _by _Busta, BUSTA. And let me tell you what, IFBB Bikini Pro, U64 Strongman, Corp Pro, vegan 12 years. She travels. She's incredible to follow. And when I told her about the tempeh and dates, she's
loves it.
always telling me, she's always on the podcast talking about her journey and always brings up this tempeh and dates. So I would love for everybody to try. So we put in the tempeh and the dates, tons of cherries I bring with. What else did I pack? A ton of bananas, of course, as much water as I could. That charger for the bike took up a lot of room.
Well,
I'm very picky about the space when I'm doing a mile. So doing miles like this.
better
So
to have the charger with you than better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. All right.
yeah, so I can't think of what else I put in there. Oh, potatoes. How could I possibly
potatoes,
forget?
hummus, your sparkles.
Sparkles, the everything bagel seasoning. So we carved up. We did a lot of fruit. We did a lot of tempeh. And we're all packed up. I told Joe, be ready. I said, we're going to go far today. We're going to do some miles. I was thinking as far as I could go. I was feeling great. I've been taking good care of myself. So I'm like, let's just go. And at about 12 miles, is it, over there by that?
Almost. Yeah, about.
And I ride no hands.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
I ride
No,
no
you're
hands.
always riding. Most of your 20,000 miles are no hands.
20,000 miles I put
I
on
mean,
my,
you're just kicking it,
well, my back
having a
is a
great
little,
time. It's better than leaning forward.
my back
on
is
it.
a little iffy. So I immediately, when I first got my bike, I thought, wow, sitting up actually isn't so much stress on that area for me. So I'm riding sitting up. And I don't know if anybody knows, on bike trails, there are these things called bollards on the trail. And what they are is they're like big giant posts in the
It's
middle
the
of the
center
trail.
post right by the crossing, so
Yeah.
cars can't drive on there
But they put the bollards down so
when
that
they're mowing.
they were mowing that day. And we were driving through the grass and we were coming up, and there was this one intersection we were coming up to. You can't see anything on the right at all. So I'm watching, it's a it's a three-way on top
Yeah,
of
it's
it,
a
but the bike
weird-
trail is going. So it's
weird
a
angled
four-way,
intersection.
it's a five-way.
Yeah, actually it is.
It's a five-way. So there's a lot going on in this intersection, and all I'm watching is this car at this stop sign who's been there for 5 minutes
It seemed right.
going to go, or is he? I'm timing this. Am I going to lean over, grab my bars, and approach, stop, approach, whatever? Some people are flashing their lights to keep on going, but I can't see. Anyway, I'm focusing on kind of my timing.
Yeah.
While I'm not focusing on where I'm driving.
Oh man.
And
Well,
there's
you don't want to get hit by the car, so you got to keep your
100%.
eye on it.
So I realized the guy I just needed to stop. So I go to stop and I hit the bollard and I went over the bars and I landed pretty rough. And you know how I roll.
Yeah. Were you like holding back tears or what?
No.
Well, I mean, you bit it.
Is that what Joe said?
Well, but what the damage on your body there needs some body work now.
I have that adrenaline rush when I fall that I get back up so fast. And then my fear of blood.
Oh no.
I'm embarrassed to talk about this.
Oh, why?
I can't even look at it, even on myself. So Joe's like, you watching me wipe out, white as a ghost on the face, and I'm thinking, is something wrong with me?
He told me. He's like, man, I put the kickstand down. I turn around, and she's already back up on it. Come on, let's go. He's like, what the? Okay, hold
That
on.
made me laugh.
So you get across the road. Was the car still there? Or was like, oh, she wiped. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Oh, then he went.
Did he really?
Yeah, then he went.
Oh, that's so.
And I just got up so fast. I was like, whatever. And I kept on going. And I could tell Joe, I just know how you are. He was the same way. Are you okay? Are you okay? And
Well,
I'm like,
yeah, because you're just.
and right away I'm like, I'm good. And I'm thinking, I move my arm. I mean, I landed.
Yeah, you banged up your elbows.
My elbows are
bad.
pretty messed up. I landed on my AirPod
Oh
case.
man, you're gonna not have that in
my
your pocket
pocket
anymore, are you?
That's my worst
What
bruise.
is it doing in your pocket? That was an accident. It's usually in your bike bag.
It was usually in my bike bag, but
Oh man,
in my ribs, like I pulled my ribs pretty.
that bruise, you could almost pretty much tell what it was.
It almost says
Your AirPods.
AirPods right on my skin. But the worst of it was, honestly, I knew right away. I go, I pulled.
Your
I go,
ribs
is any?
or
Well,
something?
Joe starts saying, he goes, "You're bleeding, for goodness sakes."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where?" And he goes, "Right there." Like I wouldn't look at it. And I just started.
coming from your elbow. He told me, he's like,
What did he
yeah.
tell you?
He's like, so
Explain
we're going. Well, yeah. He's like, holy cow! And then we take off. He's like, dude, I couldn't even like catch up to her, man. She's like freaking flying, man. Sorry. He's like,
Good Lord,
dude,
Janice.
I'm like, hey, you gotta stop. You're bleeding. He said that the blood was running down her forearm. So he's like, I couldn't tell if it was that long of a gash or what. So he said that he got you to stop, and then it was just a little.
I did not stop.
Not bad, but
We didn't stop until I got to.
really?
No, I just grabbed my handkerchief
Oh,
and I put my water on it. Like I squeezed water on it, and I knew it wasn't
it was
open.
just a little spot,
And I just
not
wiped
laid
it
open.
off. And I said to him, "Does it look like it's bad?" And he goes, "No." But I could tell he was like, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted to do was honestly ride my adrenaline to my brake stop because
Yeah,
we
you
were
had to
going
go to your destination so you could do the was it the Monday?
It was the Thursday Thrive coaching call after the class. or the coaching live
yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
So I just
Thursday.
wanted to get to the coaching live. And at this point, I'm not really feeling any pain. I knew I landed on my elbows pretty bad. I mostly was concerned about when I took a deep breath, I could feel my rib.
Oh, you get the handlebars to the rib cage.
But I was like, my knees are okay. And I can pedal. And if I can pedal, I could just sit up and not move my upper body and I'll be fine.
Nice.
And then I'm moving around and I'm doing everything fine. And of course, like anybody, Joe is saying, like, you're okay, you're fine. And once I did the live, I was like, well, obviously I'm fine. Let me just see if I could go a little bit further. I happen to have Motrin from the oral surgery.
You know what? Let's go another 40 miles. I get a
what
great
I did.
idea.
It's what I did. I was so excited to be out there. I've been waiting all year for this moment. I didn't want to stop.
I tell you what, you were peanut butter because I was certainly jelly. You guys were out there. I was like, oh my God, it was just it was beautiful weather for it. It was just.
I just wanted to do the ride, and every mile that I kept going, I thought, if there was something wrong with me, you know. Anyway.
There is something wrong with you for going another 40 miles after wiping out.
There was, because I did, as soon as I walked in the door, it was over.
Yeah.
I was like, what have I done?
It was like it was almost like I just saw the video of a runner in a race in a marathon. He's like barely there, and his legs just went out from under him. Yeah. You just kind of got here and was like, ugh. You're like, I think
it's
I
been
need
a
to
rough,
get checked out.
It's been a rough week of sleeping. I can't get up off my elbows.
Oh, yeah.
I can't lay on my favorite side. My other shoulder's a little banged up.
Your ribs hurt on this side. You've got the bruise on the side. Your leg on that side. So
I'm beat up. And all I thought about, here's what was going through my mind. I can't miss that dinner.
Oh, yeah.
I can't miss that dinner.
Yeah.
And I got to go shopping for something.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to look like I got the kicked out of me. But I'm going to show up because that's what I do. I want to teach people how to live. Just, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
We made it.
Well, that's how it is. You got to brush yourself off.
I just want to let everybody know that I did go get checked out when I got back. I don't know what happened when I walked in the door. And I kept saying to myself, well, obviously you just went 50 miles. You must be okay. But there was a genuine concern of, did I just ride my adrenaline to the point of ignorance where I didn't?
Yeah.
Could I have missed something? Because taking that deep breath
Did
was
I
a little.
fracture a rib?
It hurts when I breathe. So,
I'm going to call you riblet now.
no, it hurts when I breathe. So, I wanted to sum it up as, in life you fall down. It sucks. It really does.
For sure.
But you have to keep on going. And I'm not telling anybody to do what I did.
No, I mean, it's not always a physical falling down,
It's
things
not always
that
a
happens,
physical
but
falling
you
down.
got to just keep pushing forward.
I mean, I've also done 20,000 miles. It's not like my third ride. So I know, and I've done quite a few wipeouts, and I'm not proud of them, but I do have a little bit of an idea of what I can do. And I knew I was so thrilled when I heard my ribs were okay. I was like, dang, see all those greens, see all that calcium, and look at what I said when Hallie first wanted to go plant-based. Where are you going to get your calcium? Where are you going to get your, this is what is so problematic.
Exactly. You definitely would have broken some bones.
I think so.
If you weren't plant-based.
This is what's so problematic, and this is why it's so important with what we did last night. And can you believe that happened? So while this is all going, I get this email, and boom, we got to be down in Chicago Saturday night. I don't even know what day it is.
Dr. Barnard. Hey,
can't
Stefanie,
believe
I
it.
need you down here. Hey, how did he invite you? Hey, we got this small dinner we're doing. It didn't sound like that big of a deal.
It didn't sound like,
just with
I don't mean it like that.
Not like, but it didn't seem, but it was a casual thing.
If it's
But
a
the
PCR,
people there were top tier. And he was like, it's a bunch of PCRM doctors.
he downplayed it a little bit.
A little bit.
He downplayed it a little bit because he knew maybe my armpits would sweat. I don't know. But he just kind of said, like, there's going to be a small, informal, breakfast dinner.
Yeah. I'm like, Brenner, I love it. Who doesn't love breakfast
Casual,
for dinner? Plant-based, of course.
He just launched his latest book, The Power Foods Diet. Absolutely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you were like, check this thing out.
So I thought it was going to be,
Hold on. Let's back up a little second here.
Oh, okay.
The Power Foods Diet, the last book
You have
by
it down there.
Dr. Barnard. I know I'm going to reach it, but first I want to be like, on page 68 or 67 and 8 and 69 is Stephanie's story that Dr. Barnard wrote about, and I just want to, the crowd just goes wild.
Thank you so much.
But yes, it is the
I thought it was going to
Power
be
Foods diet.
I thought it was going to be something along the lines of this. You know, he mentioned that he wanted to get the Hyatt to be bringing in some vegan options, and I was like, absolutely, let's go. And did somebody say inspiration?
Yeah, like,
I'm
oh,
there.
we need Stephanie here. He's
Can't
like, heck,
believe the experience of what occurred last night, honestly.
I just love it. We're like just getting in the door. Hey, Stefanie and John. Hey, how you doing? Here, gives our name tags and stuff.
And then I noticed there's only like 10 name tags or something. I was like, where's everybody else? I'm waiting for like 50, 60.
Yeah. I'm like,
the whole
wow,
PCRM
this is
staff.
an intimate deal here, you know. But what I like, you know, he's got his laptop there on the screens and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I put a couple of your pictures together. You don't mind, you know, you don't mind sharing your story. He's got a little slideshow ready for
He hits me up I wasn't 1 foot in the door.
Yeah, I know.
What were you thinking watching this go down?
I knew it was going to happen. I knew.
What was I thinking?
You gotta, you know, you're gonna share your story, and you don't need any preparation for that because it's your story.
That's
it's your
what I
life.
thought,
It doesn't change. The story's the same.
I was kind of going
amazing.
in, you know, like, oh, this is going to be fun. He's going to talk about his
inspirational.
book.
Yeah. I thought, yeah.
This wasn't just dinner.
No.
This was a defining moment where lived experience met evidence-based medicine. That's when I realized I'm not just part of this movement. Like, I'm helping lead it. We're helping lead it. I am so full of gratitude and pride and purpose. I barely have words.
Seriously, you were going to shed a tear, aren't you? I mean, this is, well, to get the invite to this, I mean, it was just, it's awesome. I mean, when
it was huge.
It was very huge.
So he's like, you don't mind, you know, just going through these slides, you know. I'm like, oh, let me touch the clicker.
I got some of your pictures.
I was like, what?
Yeah, so that was great.
And then I look around the room and I realize it's literally like 15 other doctors, and they're AMA delegates. They're ACLM physicians, American College of Lifestyle Medicine physicians, doctors from Loma Linda. Dr. Kim Williams was there. My apologies to all the other incredible people, doctors that were there from the top institutions. And really just sharing my real life experience of how doctors just didn't know this information and why it's so important, and the movement and the just everything that we're doing is what more people need to hear and see. I'm at a loss for words, like I said.
The thing of it was, you know, seeing it from, or just not a doctor viewpoint of you being an awesome lifestyle medicine coach, what you put, you know, how you healed us as a family, and then you go on and really, you know, we founded Plantspiration, and just how you are continually growing and helping everybody for the greater good, for their health, the animals, the planet. It's just amazing. And hearing other doctors that have learned of this, even that couple from Kentucky, the two doctors, dermatologists and the other doctor.
Unbelievable.
That couple, they were just shared their story of learning it and going plant-based and getting healthier. And so, I mean, people
exactly. So all these doctors ended up going plant-based, or they, you know, like Dr. Kim Williams says, there's two types of doctors. There's vegans and there's ones who didn't do the research. And I just, to be handpicked by Dr. Barnard to share our experience in a room full of these policy shapers. You know, this is about changing the American Medical Association guidelines for how they serve patients in hospitals. You know, how doctors should be presenting nutrition and what's lacking. So honored to be sharing our story and the impact that it's making, not just for us, but for people at Plantspiration, you know, people learning how to do these things. This is not just a coaching moment, but it's a change maker representing real world impact.
Man.
So, and then this is a signal that the movement of Plantspiration is just continuing to go. It was such an unbelievable opportunity that we were at the table of bunch of
Exactly.
leaders.
You're not just, somebody with a little cooking thing that you do. He's really like identified you as, you're one of the top players.
Unbelievable.
Plantspiration. I should say we, but I mean
Well, of
you
course
are.
you.
I know, but I mean you're the one that's really coaching and really turning some lives around. I'm there for support.
Well,
I'm
it's
there
not,
for the
hold on.
comedy.
It's not just the
Yeah,
coaching.
I
And of
have
course
my
you're funny.
certificate in nutrition education, right? It's plant-based nutrition, I should say.
You
But hey,
have more nutrition education and credits and continuing education credits than most doctors. So
it's all right.
we don't always, I mean, we're John and Stephanie.
Yeah,
We
I
built a
gotta put my.
nonprofit. We're doing our thing. We're doing our thing. We lost the weight. We changed our life. And this is what I said to those doctors, by the way. So, he starts off the whole thing then. I know I'm going back a little bit,
That's
but
kind of was
he
awesome.
starts the whole thing with, you know what, Stephanie, why don't you just come up here and share your story?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just now I'm in a different frame of mind because I realize, like, where is everybody? It's just these.
Oh yeah. First he hands the mic and everybody around the room
No pressure.
introduction of who they are and where they're from and all.
So I've
It's
got
like,
about
then it comes
14
to-
people.
Then it comes to me and I'm like, here's the mic. I'm like, I'm John. I'm like, is this thing on? I'm John. Here.
He handed it to me like that. And now what I was saying is I had 14 people to listen to. And then it just got to me and I was like, well, you'll hear me in a minute talk about my story.
I mean, that was great.
And when I got up there, I'm processing this as it's going.
And
I'm,
you're not exactly sure what slide
I have
coming
no
next
idea.
because I noticed you didn't really pay attention to what pictures he had.
No, I was kind of taking everything in and processing it like I do. And then once I am holding the clicker, I'm realizing as I'm looking at everybody, I was like, and let me think about what I'm going to say because everything changed when I realized this isn't just like she was in the book and, we're just at a little dinner. This is leaders in changing guidelines.
Yeah.
And I'm standing here now with the clicker and my family in a pool.
The biggest message I think for them was to hear it from you of how much pushback and how hard it was dealing with doctors that don't have a friggin' idea anything about nutrition, and yet they're doing their doctoring about it. Like that you didn't really learn about it, so it's really hard. I mean, they learned how to help people and with their situation or whatever their symptoms are, but
They
we
know
all
how to treat symptoms. They know how to treat symptoms.
There's no doubt they can make your quality of life better in the moment.
Absolutely.
And we need doctors. I mean, you got a broken arm, you got this, you need a surgery, whatever.
I needed
stuff.
them.
Of course. But we're really talking about making changes in the school where it really matters.
Everything, hospitals, schools.
I mean, we're already doing the work out here, but they need to do it, address it with their current people, their patients that they have.
And then, and then I'm at this point where usually when I tell my story, I go down my list of chronic diseases and I'm looking at all these doctors all of a sudden.
Know them all.
That's what I
you
said.
started naming them off. You're like,
I started naming them off and I just was looking at them thinking, man, they have to hear this crap all day long. So I just stopped and I said, you guys are all doctors. You know exactly the chronic conditions I had from the standard American diet.
yeah, yep.
I said, but all that went away. And then I look and I see we're on the last picture. I go, and there it is.
I know everybody
done.
all pumping muscles, all
Neal
fit
puts
and
the last, our
Family
after photo.
picture, yeah.
And I said, and, by doing this, we lost the 250 pounds. All this happened, and my pediatrician gave me kickback or,
yeah, with a lot of
pushback, all of this, I said. And now we're here dedicating our time, with taking our program as a lifestyle medicine approach, taking real life action with the tools. And I'm really proud to be there and share my story and let them know. Thank you for, I think I said, thank you so much for all of your work, for leading the way.
For sure.
Because this is how it changed our life and it's changing so many other lives. So thank you for that.
I mean, just in that moment up there, I'm just like so proud of you anytime you're speaking and stuff. I mean, it's just amazing.
So verklempt because my emotions are so much gratitude is flowing through me. Because if that wasn't enough, I mean, I was in my head like, this is my Grammy moment. Like I just felt like that, in that moment. And then he comes and he sits down. Dr. Barnard sits down next to you with his breakfast, and we start talking about social media, and I'm talking to Marcus, just all of this was happening. And I was like, woo, we're going to the top. Like I said that out loud.
I know. Well, it was awesome. I mean, he's seeing the work that we're doing. I mean, he don't have much time to really focus on things. He has so much that he is focused on with
Oh, yeah.
not just lifestyle stuff
He's
or
blazing.
doctoring and all the good food things they're doing. They're in court and taking care of trying to change
Physicians
laws, and the physicians committee. Yeah,
is
Dr. Barnard, they're just amazing
leaders.
Yeah,
I mean, talk about mentorship, talk
Making
about
change.
making change, talk about leading the way. I mean, let's go. So that was amazing. We kind of shot the poop a little bit about social media, and he was like, "Are you, how's your social media going?" I was like, "It's going awesome, actually." I said,
Yeah.
"It's blowing up." And what was he? What did he say? What was he saying to you?
I'm trying to think. We were just talking. He was just really listening about how things are going in our group and everything.
He always says he loves Plantspiration.
He's just like, I'm so proud of you guys. He was like, oh, you know what he said? It was funny. He's like, I got that Plantspiration bag that you guys brought to that
Really?
event. Yeah, the zipper one, the tote. He's like, it is awesome. I use it every day.
He's
I'm like,
awesome.
really? He's like, yeah.
We love
It's like,
Dr.
it's an
Barnard.
excellent tote.
So grateful.
That was really
I know
great.
one thing. This is just the beginning
Oh, yeah.
because we had a little email exchange already this morning, and I'd like to read a little.
Yeah, please.
I have a little part that I thought, you know what, I got to share this with everybody. Thanks, Dr. Barnard. Well, first of all, I was like, hey, I see how you roll early in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to make sure I get out there first. Anyway, he wrote me back this morning. I'd like to read a little part of it.
Yeah, please.
Thanks to you and John for coming to last night's event and for sharing your experience, which validates all the work that we're doing together. Doctors and the general public need so much education and are subject to buying into unhealthful fads. It's so important to be spreading the message. I'm so grateful to you for doing that and for inspiring so many people. So that just happened. Give me some. We're doing it.
That is awesome.
We're doing it, and we're really grateful. And none of this, like I said on Saturday to my members and to everybody listening to this episode right now, none of this would be possible without you. You, of course, you, and you
Them.
guys out there
Yeah,
listening.
you
None
guys.
of this would be possible without you guys, because this
You guys
is
are doing it. You guys are crushing it.
this is the way paradigm shifts happen. This is the way people learn and get inspired. And we were talking last night with doctors about the misinformation, the overwhelming amount of information, the analysis paralysis. Like,
Well, yeah.
we were really excited to share with them, we're making progress in this field of those behavior changes and that cultural conditioning and how hard it is to not have support. So we were really
Seriously.
grateful that we're a big piece of that.
We're not just popping off like a quick little a little program 4 or 6 weeks or whatever. Oh, we'll get your numbers down. Well, yeah, you can get your numbers down. We're creating the lifestyle changes, the lifelong changes that it sticks.
Yes.
And that's what people need, and they love it.
We're making lifestyle medicine real.
Yeah.
We're inspiring not just patients, but physicians. And we're not just a guest in the movement. We're leading with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Really incredible.
For sure. I've been telling you, I'm like, you're a trendsetter, and you're being noticed for the progress.
And the AMA's resolution is for hospitals to serve plant-based meals, to get this going.
Oh yeah.
So, this is important. We're bringing this podcast so that you guys can get inspired to be a part of this amazing movement. We're excited for it. So excited that. Are we going to get to the health report?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
time are we at, by the way?
We'll get to the health report. We're good. We're golden. It's health report time, and then we're going to get out of here, and I don't know what we're going to do.
I have a lot to do, actually. It's
Okay.
busy. We were busy all week. We've got another class coming up this week. I honestly have to go look at what class is coming up,
Yeah.
and right now only 2 are listed. And we teach 48 classes a year. They're not always uploaded, but
Seriously.
we teach 48 classes, lifestyle medicine, incorporated, nutrition education, and cooking classes. Incredible. Always new recipes every week. It's a great time. it does start with the food, but just getting in here and seeing what the impact of community. So Saturday support, when I went back and I looked at the transcripts, it's gold, by the way. It's gold.
Well, yeah, people are crushing it.
Couldn't do it without this community. Couldn't do it without this community. And the takeaway, of course, was this is about self-autonomy, exactly what is missing. So everybody is learning how to be self-autonomous. They're gaining the tools. We all know fruits and vegetables are healthy, but then your doctor tells you don't eat fruit, and then you come home and you're confused. And
everybody's afraid of carbs.
Everybody's afraid of carbs. There's commercials selling you designer drugs, making you think that if you take this, you're going to dance around. Like, come on.
At a carnival.
This is such BS that's going on. We empathize because we were part of it, and we just want to not just teach people how to do it, but bring them into this unbelievable community of people saying, we get it, we're doing it, and this isn't about the end result. This is about what's going on right now for everybody. Is that a good way to put it?
That's a great way to put it.
This isn't about, hey, wait till you hear these end results, or let me share this testimony. You're watching real time.
It's real
what's
time.
Going on.
Real time results.
Real time results. And we wish we would have been keeping track since we started Plantspiration. I think we're going on 8 years and so many events we've done. But since we started the podcast, I thought, what a fabulous opportunity. You know, we're not clinicians. What a fabulous opportunity to take some data and ride this podcast out. And it became our dopamine, more behavioral coaching techniques here. But when we hear the results of this health report of what's happening over here,
They're crushing it. I'm ready. I'm going to tell you that.
All right.
People are kicking butt.
Hold on. This Plantspiration Health Report is brought to you by, sorry, my ribs.
Yeah.
It's brought to you by Myers. Thank you guys so much, Larry at the produce department. None of this would be possible, of course, if we weren't fueling ourselves up with these beautiful plants. John,
That's right.
Last week we saw a total loss of 1,754 pounds. As a reminder, we reversed heart disease, diabetes, angina, inflammation, eczema, thyroid diseases, cholesterol reversing, knee pain, many other. Infertility we've had reversed, tumors shrunk,
people are sleeping
cancers
better.
In remission, sleeping better, more PRs for workouts, overall hope. Their lives now are hopeful. That's like number one. And of course, I got a whole list of medications that you guys all know that are on commercials that people are no longer taking thanks to Plantspiration.
That's right.
Now that I've
That's right. I'm going to get a drum roll on here, but
was that it?
Yeah, from 1754, we're up to 1,769 pounds.
Holy cow!
Yeah, people are crushing it.
People are eating their plants off.
People are crushing it.
There's more in there, though. What are the honorable mentions?
The honorable, like I was saying, people are sleeping better. I'm trying to remember because I didn't have it all written down, but people, what the big thing I noticed from the Saturday support group, it spilled over, and people are just like, I just couldn't be living this life without Plantspiration. They're like, I love it. I love the coaching. I love the groups. I love the cooking classes, like everything across the board. You're there damn near 7 days a week. I mean, I'm there with you, but in the group with
like it.
Being there.
Yes, I do. I love my job.
You're just crushing it.
I love my job. I love what we've built. I'm just going to kick back and say, I can't believe that we're on episode 31. We came in here to have fun. I've been saying since the day I took my T. Colin Campbell courses in 2017.
Yeah.
I'm going to the top.
That's right.
I created this logo. I wrote Plantspiration on the top of it. I invented this name in my head. I trademarked it. I didn't have a lick of education when I began this journey. And this is the inspiration I want to tell people. The minute I started fueling my body, my mind, my soul with the right fuel, my hopes and dreams changed dramatically. And that's what Plantspiration is bringing to people is hope. Seriously. And our mission just got louder because Plantspiration is on the radar of the AMA, the ACLM, and leaders across medicine. Like I said, that dinner wasn't just an invite. It was affirmation. And we didn't just sit at the table. We helped set up the menu.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of you. us, our family, these members, these listeners.
I'm telling you, everybody's just crushing it. You know, they
So
really put in
impressed.
the effort and they get the results. And how can you not love that?
Here's something I hear all the time. And what's our time at?
We're good. Whenever you're ready.
Every single person in the group says, I absolutely would have given up by now, like I do with everything.
Oh, yeah.
All these other things. And none of them are losers.
No.
None of them. This is not about failing, which we also talked about.
Yeah.
I said some shocking stuff that people didn't.
What?
Like, well, people didn't. I mean, I said some shocking stuff about failure.
Break it down a little bit.
Well, Lisa said, fail fast. And that was the catapult of, I said to everybody, I didn't realize how important it was to accept failure as like a leveling up.
Yeah.
That I bring it. Mm-hmm. If I would have just gotten mad at every time I failed and I blamed other people and I said, man, which was how I was before this life.
I know, but
I wasn't aware.
Listen how much education that you've put into this, how much heart and soul, how many hundreds of coaching calls you had, how many hundreds of people that have been coached on all the live coaching and things. I mean, you're just crushing it. I mean, my God.
You are too. We it's just happening and we're really grateful for. So this is our life. We're John and Stefanie. We're founders of Plantspiration. We have a tremendous mission of educating, motivating, and inspiring people to eat their plants off, live their best life, and absolutely be able to turn it around. And when you've got the right tools and this amazing community and coaching and nutrition and learn how to get less stressed and what is the latest in evidence-based nutrition education and diet and lifestyle, it just keeps making it easier. So I just want to remind everybody, keep tuning in. Don't wait for permission. Your health belongs to you. So let's ride. Be like Joe. Support your Joe. Fill out the I want to join Plantspiration. Send us an email, get into our nutrition education class and check it out. And for all the doctors that I'm so grateful that are listening and sharing with their patients, you can contact us, Stefanie at plantspiration.org. Connect with me. Any doctor who refers their patient to Plantspiration gets a free month. We want people to try it out. We want to get them into an environment and give them some hope of, there is something that we can do and we just need a little help doing it.
That's right.
I'm grateful. Are you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah. Everybody else, don't forget, everybody like, subscribe, share.
If this episode lit you up, share it, please.
Yeah.
We're so grateful to be inspiring more people to keep it real and really eat your plants off.
That's right. Just keep crushing it, you guys.
Let's get out of here. We've got another busy week, and we'll see you next week for more amazing adventures of Plantspiration Unplugged. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you. We're so grateful, and
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, literally.